everybody, it's time for workout number 5. So that means after this, you are halfway through. Congratulations. Today we're going to change things up a little bit. We're not going to do as many lunges. We're going to do some different things with our legs, some different things with our arms, and some different things with our abs. So total different changeover. I'm also going to go ahead and give you your secret letter right off the bat. So your secret letter is T. Okay? Got it? But that doesn't mean you shouldn't do the workout, so stay with me. You're going to like this one. Our first exercise is, again, for the legs. We're going to start off with a double leg squat. Remember the modifications? Watch the modifications video if you know that your knees are not happy in squats. So I'm going to start just a little bit more than shoulder width apart. I'm going to have my knees and my toes facing the front, and I'm just going down into a squat and then back up. And when I come back up, I want to get a little bit of a glute squeeze and an abdominal squeeze. So it's down and then up. Now I know I'm a little tighter in my left glute, and so I have a tendency to kind of shift over to my right side. So I'm going to purposely drop into my left a little bit more. If you get the opportunity to do these in the mirror, see if you kind of shift over to one side. The other element of this is trying to keep this chest more upright rather than going face first down to the floor. So you're sitting back. We want to translate back into those glutes rather than load up those knees. So pitch back into those glutes. Let's get 5. I know there's more than 10 here. 4 and 3. Turn that core on. Last 2 and final 1. Perfect. Okay, next leg exercise, number 2, is what we call a good morning. So the good morning is a hip hinge. So in other words, we're lifting the tailbone and hinging over like this rather than rounding through the low back. So the movement isn't here in the lumbar spine. The movement is the pelvis pitching forward and then coming back. All right, so we're pitching forward and coming back. As always, I'm doing everything without weight to start off with, and then the second round, I'm gonna add weight. Okay, totally up to you. I recommend if you can get that form down first, it's always a good thing. So there's some things that can go wrong with the form. Sometimes it needs a little tweaking. Why are these called good mornings? Because while you're doing them on the day that you're doing them, they don't really feel like a big deal. But the next morning, you're like, what did I do? Oh, those things called good mornings. Those are what are killing my hamstrings. Yeah, that's why they're called good mornings. So tomorrow, think of me fondly. Okay, let's get 5. Shh. Think about reaching from crown to tail. 4. Awesome. 3. So I'm a little bit of a hyperextender in my knees, so if you go down with a slight little bend of your knees, that is perfectly fine too. Last 1. Beautiful. All right, and our third exercise is we're going to do some calf raises. This is really good for developing that ankle strength and also being able to come up on those toes. We've been talking about that ability to flex at that toe joint there. All right, so abs are engaged. We're doing a little bit of balance work here. Roll those shoulders back, and we roll up onto the toes and back down. So exhale up, inhale down. I'm going to turn to the side just so you guys can see that I want you to find this upward movement rather than the swaying forward movement, okay? So you're popping up and coming back down. That's it. Find your glutes. It's like a lever between those ankles and your glutes. Find those glutes as you do it. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and now we're gonna raise those heels just a little bit. We call these kitten heels, and do tiny little pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and that is a burn on those calves. Woo, I feel it, I feel it. Okay, so now on to our arm exercises. Again, no weight. I'm gonna turn to the side because this is gonna be all about our triceps, and I want you to see the angles that we're working on. Whenever I'm turning to the side, it's just so you can see the pitching that I'm trying to get you in, because we can get a little bit too far forward sometimes. So I'm going to softly bend my knees, fire up through that core, and pitch forward just a little bit out of that torso. My hands are coming to my side. I'm gonna raise my arms up. Palms are facing in, and we're going up and back down. So this is tricep work. Try to get up out of those upper traps. We want to stay down right here into your triceps. That's it. 8 and 7. I love the extra work of firing into the core and firing into the glutes on these. And we have 4 and 3. Last 2 and final 1. All right, now from here, I'm going to turn this way. We're going to pulse the hands in like that, okay? So I just want you to be able to see that. I'm not going to make you look at my tushy the whole time. So here we go, up, and we pulse in. Keeping those arms straight. We got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then from here, it's a tricep kickback. So elbows come in, kick it back, or sorry, wrists come in, elbows stay high. And we have 6, 5, and 4. Last 3, and 2, and final 1. And roll it down, release it. Good job, okay? Pretty simple, right? So now we're gonna repeat that. I'm gonna grab some weights. I am gonna use my 8s for this. So grabbing my green 8s, we're going with the squat. So starting with the leg work again, that's why I'm going heavy. You could go heavier than this, but I think throughout this whole series, I'm just gonna stay in this nice little 8-pound range. All right, so here we go. Feet are secured to the floor. Feel the weight in your heels, feel the weight in your glutes rather than pitching into those knees. Be nice to your knees, don't load them up. Push back, push back. Think crease right here in the hip first. All right, here we go. We're going down and back up. And yeah, we're doing more than 10 of these. Reps are good. Also see if you can push energy through the knuckle of your big toe so you're not rolling out to the outside knife edge of your foot. We got those abs firing up. The shoulders are just soft. All right, you guys are doing so good. Stay with me. We got 10. I know. 9 and 8. 7, firing up through that core. And 6. Last 5. And 4. 3. 2. Final 1. Beautiful. And then we go to the good mornings, which I'll turn to the side again on. We want to make sure we're hinging at that hip crease. So tailbone lifts up, low back stays flat. Your hand weights now can just go right on either side of your leg. And then as you stand back up, pull into that core, engage, and let those shoulders roll down your back so you're not up here. Okay? Down and up. Take your time on these. You don't have to go super fast, so you can do your own count. What's really great about this is you're getting that eccentric lengthening in those glute muscles. So right down here, my glutes are getting longer, and then they get shorter as I come back up. Which that lengthening, that controlled lengthening, that's where the money is in strengthening muscles. It's a good thing. Can we get 5? Shh. And 4. I like this workout. 3. Who likes squats and good mornings more than lunges? Raise your hand. Me. All right, we're gonna do calf raises now. So squaring up, turn on that core, center of gravity, and here we go, up and down. 9 and 8. Balance, I know. 7, 6, and 5. We got this. 4, finding my balance as I go. 3, whoop, 2, and 1. And then from here, kitten heels. So roll those heels just barely up off the mat. Fire up through the quads, fire up through those glutes, and lower lift. Little pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Okay, I'm I'm going down with my 8-pounders. I'm gonna grab my 5-pounders for our tricep work. So coming back to the side view here, we start off in that pitch position, shoulders are down and back, and we're pressing those palms up. That's it. Think about the cinnamon rolls of your hands. We talk about that. Cinnamon rolls going straight up in the air. So squeezing the shoulder blades in towards your spine. We have 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pausing here with those hands up. We pulse inward. So fingertips go towards each other or knuckles go towards each other. Try to stay out of those upper chops. You should get a good burn here, especially with those weights in your hands. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now our tricep kickback. So elbows are high. You hold those weights up by your shoulders and kick back and bring it in. Kick back and bring it in. Kick back and bring it in. 8, 7, 6, we're getting there. 5, 4, last 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Roll it down. Love to get a little stretch here between the shoulder blades. And now we're going down to our abdominal work. Before I get down on the floor, I'm going to grab my little 3-pounders, so I'll have them handy for my second round. All right, and the last part is our abdominal work. So we're coming down to the floor, and I have my 3-pound weights handy. I'm not going to use them for the first round, but I am going to use them for the second round, so that's why I have them waiting there for me. So we're laying down onto our back, and we're going to scoop that pelvis into our imprint, bringing both knees into tabletop. So I'm going to seal those knees together and really seal this low back down to the floor. Now remember on the curls, we want that eye gaze to go straight at the knees. So let's just work on the curl here first. Think about the heart like a tether pulling to the sides and trying to get the shoulder blades and even ribs up off the mat. So then from here we're extending out, and I've been preaching about those legs extending, like not this, this. Isn't that more dynamic? Can you feel that? Beautiful. Point through those toes, tighten those glutes, feel the quads and hamstrings, calves, anterior tibialis, and toe flexors working. And then we bring it back in. And here we go. Let's get 8 good ones. 8. Excellent. And 7. Shh. Hollow that belly. We have 6. And return. We have 5. Shh. Good. Last 4. And 3. Beautiful. Last 2. Shh. And final 1. Woo! Awesome. Bring it in. And then our next exercise is going to be that reverse curl, which you should be familiar with. So we're scooping that pelvis into imprint, activating those lower abdominals. So TA turns on first, belly button to the backbone. And then we have the shortening of that core. So the pubic bone and the rib cage are coming closer together. Keep working on this one. Remember, I just told you that it's about abdominal strength, but it's also about length in those back muscles. So you'll get there with practice. We have to have muscle balance, both sides. Let's get 4. And 3. And 2. And final 1. Good. Our final exercise is the bicycle. I'm going to start this with my arms out to the side. Move over so I can straighten my arm out. Good. And legs straight up. So I'm coming into the curl, dropping my left leg, and then I'm going to bring my hands together right here, because next time I'm going to hold weights, and I'm going to pulse 2 and 1 and switch. And so I'm always coming up with that right leg, 2 and 1, and come back down. 2 and 1, and 2 and 1, and one more time, 2 and 1. Now switch, left leg is up and we pulse 2 and 1, bring it back down, come on up, 4 and 3, last 2, pulse, pulse, back down, and final 1, pulse, pulse, and back down. Good job, you guys. We gotta repeat that now with those hand weights. So I'm gonna grab my 3 pounders. Arms are up in the air. I'm imprinting my spine here. And we bring those arms to your side. You can either go palm down or sideways, whichever feels easier. Extend out, bring it in, and return. I'm gonna try to go palm down just to challenge my shoulders a little bit. We have 7. Good, and 6. Close that rib cage. In and return. Coming in. We got 5. Gorgeous. And 3. It's good for my shoulder, good for your shoulders as we bring those arms up overhead with control. Last 2. And our final 1. We take it up, extend, and bring it back down. Good. Next one is that reverse curl. Hands can just go down on the floor. Holding those weights, don't really need to use them for this. Focus more on flattening the back, tucking the chin, and working on that TA, oblique, and rectus engagement. So all abs on board on this one. If you want to go for that straight leg, you can do it. Sometimes a little bit of gravity or extra weight helps you. Longer lever helps you get over. If you're not able to get up yet, you can use some hands underneath your glutes and kind of work on pushing yourself up. So it's a good way to practice and also a good way to help you lengthen those back muscles. Lots of options, lots of modifications that can help you. Let's get 2 more. And 1. And we're going to the scissors now. This time I'm going to stay up in the curl the whole time. You're welcome to bring your head back down if you'd like. So arms go out to the side. We're going to start with hands behind that right thigh. Pulse 2 and 1. The left leg comes up. This is where your head can come down if you choose. And we pulse 2 and 1 and switch. 2 and 1 and switch. 2 and 1 and switch. And one more, straight legs and switch. Left side, here we go. So come on up and we, I'm confused. Hold on. Legs together, we go 2 and 1 and switch. Sorry, I talked too much. 2 and 1 and switch. Hands behind that left side. 2 and 1 and switch. And 2 and 1 and switch. And final 1. And switch. And we bring it back down. So hopefully you got 5 in there. Sorry about that. Great job, you guys. You are halfway through this workout plan now. Stay with it. Stay with it. I'm so proud of you. It's going to be fun as we get towards the end. Thanks a lot.